What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be going over how I think Reverse Flash could get his speed back and escape from Argus. So of course, guys, there have been a couple of teasers in regards to Tom Cavanaugh's Reverse Flash returning later this season. Jesse L. Martin, who plays Joe West, actually, he said get ready in terms of, Tom Cavanaugh's Reverse Flash returning. And then there was a teaser of a comic book storyline going on in The Flash, which involves Reverse Flash getting together a bunch of classic Flash villains to go up against the Flash. So all of this is pointing towards Tom Cavanaugh's Reverse Flash escaping Argus and getting his speed back. So how exactly could he end up doing that? So the Legion of Zoom storyline is the one I'd really like to see the most on the show. The Legion of Zoom storyline, of course, is the storyline I just said, where Reverse Flash recruits a bunch of Flash villains to go fight the Flash. So yeah, what I'd like to see happen at the start of that storyline, however, I'd like to see a little revamp of what happens at at the end of one of the Flash Rebirth comics. So basically, Reverse Flash returns in this Rebirth comic, and eventually, with the help of a bunch of allied speedsters, the Flash is able to take him down and put him in prison. However, what happens is Zoom, who is also in prison at the time, basically creates an alliance with Reverse Flash while they're in prison, and they end up escaping. So I think something like that happening on the show, maybe Godspeed creates an alliance with Reverse Flash, or maybe Bloodwork or something like that, and then all those villains become this one huge evil team. I think that would be such a great storyline, seeing Godspeed and Bloodwork return. So yeah, I'd really like to see that the most. And something else I'd also like to see when Reverse Flash gets out of prison is him time traveling to find the Flash's most like evil enemies ever. Like maybe even they bring Zoom back. I think that would be really cool. So yeah, something like that happening. I'd really like to see that Reverse Flash storyline pay off. Another theory I have is that before Reverse Flash asked Barry for help in the final episode of Armageddon, Reverse Flash created a time remnant just in case things went south, and of course they did. Reverse Flash ended up losing his speed. So what I think this time remnant could have been doing would have just been hiding out in the negative speed force, because we know from season 5 that the negative speed force is immune to timeline changes. So if this other time remnant version of Reverse Flash was hanging out in there, he would still have his speed, because obviously the timeline doesn't affect him in there. So I think that's definitely possible. And yeah, I think that could be the version of Reverse Flash that we see return maybe later in this season. And obviously, it's possible that he did not end up creating a time remnant, but Reverse Flash still, he is the one that created the negative speed force. So obviously, he's the one that's going to know how to connect to the negative speed force. So maybe he finds a way to somehow in prison get his speed back. I think that would be absolutely insane if he somehow found a way to get his speed back. I mean, of course, he's a genius from the future. There might be this simple thing that he can do to get his speed back. We never really know. But yeah, he's a genius. He's got to have something up his sleeve. I think this could also be, sort of like a Flash season 5 type of deal, where, he's sort of like manipulating Team Flash somehow from the inside. He's somehow manipulating Team Flash. Maybe he created the villain. Obviously, I think the negative speed force that came out of Reverse Flash at the end of Armageddon could have went to a new person, and that person could have become an evil speedster. I think that's definitely possible. So maybe that was, somehow a part of Reverse Flash's plan. Maybe like in that moment he was like, hey, this isn't going to work for me, so I'm just going to try and manipulate Team Flash to try and get something out of it. I think that's definitely possible here. And yeah, something else that could happen is, whoever the villain might end up being for the season, it could be as simple as that villain just, letting Reverse Flash free. I think that could definitely be possible. Like the villain just breaks him out. Maybe it's going to be Eddie Thawne as Cobalt Blue as the villain. And maybe, as I've had this theory in the past, that Reverse Flash like trains Eddie Thawne and saves him from dying, even though the rest of Team Flash still thinks he's dead. And then, he trains him to become an evil speedster and all of that stuff. And then maybe Eddie Thawne frees Reverse Flash. I think that could be pretty cool to see. And of course, we can't count out the possibility of Barry screwing up and him being the cause of Reverse Flash going free. I think that's definitely possible. Maybe a villain like Godspeed or Bloodwork escapes and Barry goes to Argus to fight them, because obviously Godspeed and Bloodwork still do have their powers, even though they are being contained with the metahuman dampeners. So if they were to get free, they would have their powers once again. So I feel like maybe that could also be the cause of Reverse Flash going free. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what they've got for us in terms of Reverse Flash later in the season. I'm also really excited for the next episodes that are, I believe it's March 9th that they're going to be returning. We're going to have episode 6 on that day. So yeah, it's going to be really cool to see what else they've got for us in The Flash Season 8. But anyways, I'd say that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to comment your thoughts on this video down below, as well as your thoughts on how you guys think Thawne might escape prison, because obviously there's a lot of speculation that he will escape prison. And make sure you guys comment some other video suggestions for me down below while the Arrowverse shows are on break. So yeah, make sure you guys do that, and I'll see you in the next video.